Mount Everest, the roof of the world complete 8,000-word YouTube video script. Chapter 1. Introduction to Mount Everest. Mount Everest, standing tall at an awe-inspiring 8,848.86 meters, 31.7 feet, is the highest mountain on Earth. Nestled in the mighty Himalayas on the border between Nepal and the Tibet Autonomous Region of China, it is known locally as Sagarmatha in Nepali and Chomolungma in Tibetan, both names signifying its divine and spiritual significance. It has captured the imagination of explorers, scientists, and adventurers for over a century. Climbing it has become one of the ultimate goals for mountaineers across the globe. But beyond its reputation lies a complex story of natural beauty, deadly challenges, cultural reverence, and environmental concern. Chapter 2. The geological formation. Millions of years ago, the Indian tectonic plate collided with the Eurasian plate, pushing up the land and forming the Himalayan mountain range. This slow and powerful geological process continues even today, with Everest rising a few millimeters each year. This region is extremely young geologically. The summit rocks of Everest were once seabed sediment, which includes fossilized marine life. Imagine that. The top of the world was once the bottom of an ocean. Chapter 3. Discovery and mapping. Mount Everest was first identified as the world's tallest mountain in the mid-19th century by British surveyors working on the Great Trigonometrical Survey of India. It was originally known as Peak 15. In 1865, it was named Mount Everest after Sir George Everest, the British Surveyor General of India. Despite being discovered by the West in the 1800s, local populations had long revered the mountain. The Tibetan and Sherpa people considered it sacred, a home to gods and spirits. Chapter 4. The first ascent dream to climb Everest began in the early 20th century. Many attempts were made, mostly from the north side through Tibet. But the greatest breakthrough came on May 29, 1953, when Sir Edmund Hillary of New Zealand and Tenzing Norgay, a Sherpa from Nepal, became the first people to reach the summit of Mount Everest. Their historic achievement opened a new era of high-altitude mountaineering and global fascination. With the world's highest peak. Chapter 5. Climbing routes and base camps. There are two main climbing routes to the summit. The South Col route, Nepal side, more popular and accessible, starting from Lukla and passing through Namche Bazaar to Everest Base Camp. The North Ridge route, Tibet side, less crowded but more challenging due to harsher weather and logistics. Climbers typically set up for camps beyond base camp to acclimatize and push toward the summit. The journey takes weeks, with rotations up and down to adjust to the thin air. Chapter 6. Dangers and challenges. Climbing Everest is not a simple adventure. It's a deadly journey that demands physical endurance, mental strength, and careful planning. The major dangers include altitude sickness. Oxygen levels are dangerously low. Extreme weather, sudden snowstorms, high winds, and freezing temperatures. Avalanches and icefalls, especially through the treacherous Khumbu icefall. The death zone. Above 8,000 meters, the human body cannot survive long. Over 300 people have lost their lives trying to conquer Everest, and many of their bodies still remain on the mountain due to the difficulty of retrieval. Chapter 7. Role of the Sherpa. Sherpas are the unsung heroes of Everest. They are an ethnic group, native to the Himalayas, known for their endurance and adaptability to high altitudes. They serve as guides, porters, and support staff, making the success of most expeditions possible. Without the Sherpas, Everest would be unreachable for the majority of climbers. They fix ropes, carry supplies, and risk their lives to help others achieve their dreams. Chapter 8. Environmental issues. The popularity of Everest has brought environmental problems. Base camps often get filled with trash, empty oxygen cylinders, and human waste. Melting glaciers due to climate change are revealing the frozen remains of past climbers and trash that has been buried for decades. Various cleanup efforts are now underway, and Nepal has introduced rules requiring climbers to bring back their garbage or lose their deposit. Chapter 9. Records and achievements. Mount Everest has seen many remarkable records. Fastest ascent, K. Only Rita Sherpa has climbed Everest more than 28 times. Youngest climber, Jordan Romero, aged 13, from the USA. Oldest climber, Yuichiro Miura from Japan. At 80 years old, first woman, Junko Tabe from Japan in 1975. First blind person, Eric Y. Hinmeyer in 2001. Each year, more records are broken as climbers from all over the world test their limits. Chapter 10. Everest in Culture and Media. Mount Everest has inspired countless books, documentaries, and movies. Famous films like Everest 2015 and books like Into Thin Air by John Krakauer depict the thrill and danger of the climb. The mountain symbolizes human determination, courage, and our deep desire to connect with nature. Everest is also a popular subject in art, music, and advertising, often representing the ultimate goal or highest achievement. Chapter 11. The climbing season. Best time to climb Mount Everest is during two narrow windows: pre-monsoon spring, late April to May; post-monsoon fall, late September to October. The spring season is more popular because of more stable weather. These short windows are when hundreds of climbers make their push for the summit. Chapter 12. Permits and costs. Climbing Everest is expensive. In Nepal, the permit alone costs $11,000 per person, including gear, food, Sherpa support, oxygen, and travel. The total cost can range from $30,000 to $100,000 or more, due to the increasing number of climbers. Both Nepal and China have set limits on permits to control overcrowding and environmental impact. Chapter 13. The spiritual and cultural significance for the Sherpa people and other Himalayan communities. Everest is more than just a mountain. It is sacred, home to gods and ancestors. Climbers often take part in a puja ceremony before ascending, asking for blessings from the mountain gods. Monasteries and prayer flags can be seen along the trekking route, adding a spiritual energy to the physical journey. Chapter 14. Scientific research and discover. Everest is a key site for climate and geological research. Scientists study, glacial melting and climate change, air pollution at high altitudes, human endurance in extreme conditions. In recent years, satellites, drones, and sensors have been used to measure Everest's exact height and monitor environmental changes. Chapter 15: Life around Everest. Journey to Everest Base Camp passes through beautiful Sherpa villages like Namche Bazaar. These communities thrive on tourism, offering food, lodging, and cultural experiences. Yaks carry goods, and trekkers enjoy stunning views of other peaks like Lhotse, Naps, and Amadablam. The region is part of Sagar Mota National Park, home to rare species like the snow leopard and red panda. Chapter 16: Future of Everest. Future of Mount Everest is uncertain. As global warming accelerates, glaciers are melting, and climbing routes are changing. Overtourism is putting pressure on local resources and endangering lives. There's a growing call for sustainable tourism, fewer climbers, better regulations, and more respect for nature and local communities. Technology may improve safety, but the mountain will always remain wild, majestic, and unpredictable. Conclusion: Everest. A journey beyond climbing Mount Everest is more than just the highest point on Earth. It's a symbol of human curiosity, bravery, and spiritual connection. It challenges us to go beyond our limits, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. For those who climb it, Everest is life-changing. For those who admire it from afar, it remains a beacon of awe, reminding us of the power and beauty of our planet.